Where is your money coming from? How much money are you making? Are you satisfied with the amount of money you are making? So, those are the questions we're going to answer today on financial freedom principle. Let's talk about income. Okay. What is income? Income is money that's coming to your pocket. So, simple definition. We're not going to go complicated. All money coming to you is your income. So, we need to understand that. I don't know if it's coming from your job, if somebody's giving you money, if you have investment, any money that's coming to you, that's coming from someone else, from something else to your pocket is your income. So we have three types of income. Three types: active income, passive income, and portfolio income. Okay? Active income, we gotta work for. Passive income, we have an investment and is giving us a cash flow every month or every week. If we have a lot of money, we own businesses. This is portfolio. If we buy a house, we sell it, we make a profit. That is portfolio income. That's how we know the income is three type. We know income is all money, anything that's produced money that's come to our pocket. If it's coming to us, that's our income. So today, what's important for me looking at income, we're gonna go a little bit in details. Okay. So why? Because it's important. We need to know that where is the money coming from. And there's a book by Robert Kiyosaki called Cash Flow Quadrant. But also in all business book, you study those things. It's not something new. But if you like to read the book, it's a great book to read. It's called Cash Flow by Robert Kiyosaki. So if we understand where our money coming from is the question. Now we know what money is. We know what income is. We know how many type of income we have. Now, right now we're gonna look at, this is what they call a cash flow quadrant. That's what Robert Kiyosaki call it. I'm using that as an example to look at what quadrant, where your money or my money are coming from. There is basically four main ways, according to the book by Robert Kiyosaki, that cash flow quadrant, but it is true in business as well. So there's four ways your money is coming from. First of all, you call it as a quadrant, but it's the first way. It's employee. So this is where you become an employee. Most people, majority of the people, the first time they receive an income, it's when they become an employee, when they get a job. Basically, this is where you have a job. We have a job, we sell time for money. If you have a job, okay, you are an employee. If you're an employee, you sell your time for money. That's simple. You go for 1 hour and they give you $10. That's selling your time for money. Okay? So if what we understand here, if you don't go to work, no money. Okay? If you don't sell your time, you don't receive any income. So right now, in this video, if we look at it, that's one way to make money. I am an employee, so I am here as well. This is me. I'm here. So that's the first. Majority of people, if your parents didn't leave you a lot of money, if your parents didn't have a lot of money, most people start here in the first quadrant, in the E quadrant, he call it, but that's the first step. Your income coming from here, you are an employee. And then if you're an employee, you have a job, you sell your time for money. And then no time, if you don't spend time in the job, you don't receive any money, no income. Okay? So first of all, if you receive your income here, we know you are unemployed. Okay, so time, this is the left side of the quadrant, this is the right side of the quadrant. Okay, that's a lot of people do that. So the second quadrant, or the second way we make money, is when we become self-employed. Self-employed. Okay, when we are self-employed, what do? We still, this time around, we still have to sell time for money. When you're self-employed, for example, a lawyer is self-employed. Okay, if you're a real estate agent, you're self-employed, right? If you own a small business, you're self-employed. So you gotta go every day. If you don't go open your small business, what happens? No money comes in, right? You have to go. Time is important. In this side of the quadrant, time is your enemy. Okay, this time is the enemy here. You have to sell it. You gotta go. If you're sick, you don't make any money. As an employee, as a self-employed, you don't have any money too. If you don't have, time is your enemy there. So self-employed, for example, if you own, if you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, all these people are self-employed. So what they do here, they basically, you sell your time. If you sell your time, some people like the control. So I think that's why they don't want somebody to control the time, but they want to control it, right? They want control. If you're self-employed, you control when time started for you. Instead of somebody tell you, okay, you got to be there at 8, you can set up your schedule. You know what? I'll start at 9, okay? Or you can make up time. If you say, today I'm not going to work, tomorrow you still got to make up for yesterday, okay? So that's self-employed. You like control. Basically, when you self-employed, you own the job, right? Doctors, if you own a practice, you own the job, right? You own it. That's mean you become the job. That's what that is. You own it. You're self-employed. You own it. You might make your money that way. Okay, time is the enemy here on the left side of the quadrant. But we have to understand, as an employee, we need to go. We have the job. We sell time. If we don't go to work, we don't make any money. But as self-employed, now we can control our time. Right? We can control our time, but we still got to put times in to make the money. If you're a plumber, you don't go to work, you don't make any money. You control it, you control your time, but if you look at it, you own the job. You are basically the job. So some people make a lot of money there, right? So what we understand as an employee, it's not easy to be rich as an employee unless you become CEO or vice president. Then you, as an employee, you can become rich. As a self-employed person, you got to work 24/7 to get more money. See that? That's important. So what happened? Some people here, are you an employee? If you sell your time, somebody's telling you when to come to work, you punch in, that's your employee. That's where you get your money from. Somebody control it. Here, people, they can let you go anytime. Anytime. Okay, they can let you go anytime. Right now, as we have a crisis, a lot of people are letting go. They say, all right, we don't need your service anymore. You are not safe here. It's interesting how as employee, we look for safety, job security, but there's none here as an employee because they can let you go anytime. No security. Which job security? We're looking for a job. We're looking for job security, but there is none. Here in the self-employed, there is some security. Some security as long as you don't get sick, right? As long as you don't get sick here, there is some security because you got to go find a job. You got to do it because you control. Here, self-employed people would say, I control my destiny. right? They control it. They can make a lot of money here. Here, you gotta work as a dog to be rich. You can't easily get rich here. You have a small business, you can be comfortable, make a lot of money. You can do that. Lawyers, some lawyers, the top 5% here of self-employed, they make a lot of money. Okay, so let's go to businesses. Businesses, this is where you own a system. Okay, you create a business, right? You create a business. This is business, big business. This is big. Big business, right? So here, you create the business, but you don't just create a business to become a self-employed, but you create a system. For example, we know McDonald's, right? Right? McDonald's. The McDonald's brothers create a business, and then they create a system where Crack comes in. He saw the opportunity of the business going big and global. What happened? He bought the business from the McDonald's brothers, and now we have McDonald's everywhere, right? So this is big business. You create a system, and then what you do here, you leverage. You leverage people and money. So now you can see in this quadrant here, you don't do any you don't spend time in the business. You hire CEOs, right? You hire CEOs. You hire employees. Okay? You hire people in this system here. You create the system, or you buy the system, franchise, right? You can buy a franchise here. You buy the franchise, and then you plug into the system, and then all of a sudden, this is where you get your money from as a business owner. Here, this is important because you can create a small business. You start as a self-employed, and then you turn it into a corporation. You create a system, and then you can sell the system to other entrepreneurs. Right? You see that? If I want a subway, for example, I don't want to create one. I can go and buy the subway system. Right? That's big business. So you can be part of the business like that. You leverage. Here, this is your leverage people. Your leverage is key in big business. You hire people. Okay, the last thing we see here is investors. Okay, that's important. Investors. For investors, what they do, we do with money. Works for them. Okay, money works for them. So for example, if you're gonna open a business, okay, and then you don't have enough cash, what can you do? You can call an investor. They put their money. You create the system. I let you borrow my money, and then all of a sudden, you pay me every month, right? So when you buy, if I own 10% of it, you do all the work, you hire people, you do everything. I get 10% every month, or every year I get 10%. This is, and then these people, what they said, they stock investor as well. And then these people also are real estate investors. Okay, you see, as a real estate investor, you might buy a building and then hire a management company, and then every month the management company is selling you a check. You don't need to be there. Time is not an issue for you. Here on that side of the quadrant, this is you can start here as an employee. Okay, you can start here. And then what you do, you say, you know what? I can do a good job here. I become self-employed. You go like this. You're making money here, and then you're making money here. At some point, if you want your small business really good, you might say, you know what? I have some extra cash left here. I can invest with somebody in a system, in a business. Or you can turn your small business into a system, and then all of a sudden you start selling it. right? So, like Subway restaurant, they start as a self-employed, they start the small business, and then they put a system in. Once the system is working, and then they start selling it as a big business. Now it's a big business. You can start here as an employee, make enough, save, and then you become self-employed, right? You can, like real estate, a lot of real estate agent, they were employee. They say, you know what, I can work for myself. I become self-employed. And then all of a sudden they say, you know what, I can open businesses where I hire a real estate agent to come in and sell homes. And then they start a system, and then they plug real estate agent in, and then they have offices everywhere. You can buy franchise from them. So that's another way. And then, or now you can come from here, and then you go there, right? And then you come from here and then go here. You said, you know what? I have extra money coming from this business. I can put that money, give loans to small businesses. Or people want to start businesses. I get a part of the business and I invest. Or if I know people who's buying real estate, they're good at it. They don't have a lot of money to do it. I can loan the money for a return. You see? Or I can be part of it, and then they manage the property. Every month I got a cash flow. So if we understand income, let's review this. Income is all money coming in to your pocket, coming to your pocket. That's income coming to you. And then it can be active. Here, this is active income as an employee because time is involved. Here you are active. Here you can be both active or passive. You can create the system, hire CEOs to run the whole thing. And in here, you pass it. You see that? You don't need to do anything. Your money's working for you. That's perfect. This is where Warren Buffett is. Warren Buffett is right here. Okay? He's an investor. His money is working for him. So you see that? Active income. What quadrant are you in? Are you in the employee one? What can you do to get here? Right? To be self-employed. If you don't like to be self-employed, that's okay. What can you do to go here? Can you put together with a couple of people and buy a franchise, start a business, and then create a system? Yeah, you can. Or you can start here too, and then go all the way here. See? All the way here, and then you go around the corner and become here. You save good money. You become, as an employee, you become a high degree employee, senior manager or director, or you can be an engineer here and making money, manage your money. And then all of a sudden you start learning how to invest. Right? You can come here, you can buy stock, you can get in real estate, you can start let people borrow your money, and then all of a sudden every month they send you a check. So you can do this here. At this way, this is in this side here, this is where you can get financial freedom. If financial freedom is your goal, so this is where you got to be on that side of the quadrant. Buy a business or buy a franchise, stand a business, do a system. When you finish with the system, you hire people to run it. You don't need to be there. So you can have time for everything. You're free now. Or here, once you have enough, you start investing. And then once your income from your investment is more than your expenses, you're financially free. That way, this is what key. When you understand income, the type of income you have, the money coming in, you understand that. Now you're gonna see, should I stay an employee, or should I while you're an employee, should you start looking at these three quadrants, right? Should you stay as an employee and do this part-time? You see that? You can be self-employed part-time. You can have a job in the morning, and in the afternoon you cut grass for people. That's self-employed. And in that money you put it somewhere, and then you start learning how to invest. You can buy a property and then put it in rental, and then you become an investor. Every month your tenant will pay you. Or do you know people who want to invest and buy a franchise? Get with them. If you save enough, you can buy a franchise. So if we understand income is important. So again, you are on financial freedom principle. My name is Sezair Julien. I'll see you next time when we'll be talking about expenses.